Hey. Oh my gosh. Hello, Anne.
Hey, hey, I'm so excited for this.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I already see the chat popping. Hello. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. And I have been looking forward to this all week long.
Me too. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. And we want to say welcome to this creative wrap up, Adobe Live Education Edition. Martha, how are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good, Anne. And if this is your very first time joining us, welcome to Adobe Live Education Edition. I am Martha Bongiorno, and I had the privilege and the honor of working alongside Anne as a community program manager for our ACE programming. I'm coming to you from Georgia today, and we are just having the best weather. I know you can't see it, but it finally has hit that sunshine sweet spot. And I'm feeling the energy of the school year here too. My two kids are coming home with all sorts of end of the year projects they're working on. And I'm feeling it kind of hard and extra this weekend because, like, after 15 years of being a teacher librarian and someone that's been around maker spaces, this time of year, I get it. I get it. We are feeling both energized for the summer vacation that's coming and also kind of drained, like we've poured our hearts and souls into everything we do all year. And it's like that last leg before the end. And so, speaking of those vibes, I want to introduce my co host, Anne, who has the most energy. I've never seen it dip ever. So, Anne, how about you introduce yourself to our new friends?
Yeah, hey everybody. My name is Ann Cosma. I'm one of the education evangelists here at Adobe. I'm over in Southern California. And again, happy Teacher Appreciation Week to you all. And folks, you are so close. You are so close. The end of the school year, it's just like right there. It's right there. And I know you can see it. I know the kids can see it. And I'm so excited for this live stream today. Martha and I are bringing something a little bit different. We are celebrating, we're reflecting, and we're walking you through four brand new guided activities in Adobe Express for Education that are built for this exact moment. And Martha, there's actually something brand new that literally launched in product. So I think we'll get there too. And folks, if you haven't been in Adobe Express for Education yet this week or even today, click on that Create tab. You will see what we're talking about. But folks, we're so excited to get going. And let us know in the chat. I know Stephanie's watching, Courtney down in Texas. Hey, friends. Tim Cosgrove, our friend up in Toronto, is tuning in. Young Palace is there. Bye, Jacob. We see you out there. So, folks, we're so excited you're tuning in. We both have the chat open. So, talk to us in the chat. But, Martha, back to you. Like, we know Maycember, this feeling of being so close to the end of the school year, it's so real.
Oh my God, y'all. Like, I remember what it's like. Anne and I were talking about this yesterday as we were kind of prepping for some things. And we know that feeling. We call it Maycember because it's that December moment. If you're in the US, you kind of feel that vibe a little bit where there's so much energy, but also like grades are kind of due. And you're like, what do I do to kind of help support our students through the end, that stretch at the end of the year? And so to us, I think we're looking at this not so much like in a survival mode, although we probably feel that just a little bit, but like the celebration piece of it. Like, how do we really celebrate where we've come from, where our students have come from, and that growth that's happened over the year? We talk a lot about creative confidence, right?
Mhm.
And all these activities that we've done, the projects you've done, the lessons you've done, the collaboration that's taken place, all of this has led to this moment today, next week, where students really get to showcase what they've learned, not only about the content, but about themselves. And so I think that's true for teachers too, right, Anne? And that's kind of what
Yes.
we're going to with today.
And you talked about like, we talk all about it, and you just said it, like building that creative confidence. And part of our job, of course, is to help people take those risks, try something new, explore new possibilities of how teaching and learning can be completely transformed. But I love this, that this whole purpose of the creative wrap up is to let your students try something new even when we're here in these end of the year, close to end of the year moments. So, Martha, I'm ready to jump in. If you're ready to jump in, let's
Listen,
pull up my screen. I'm driving today, everybody. I'm
I
excited
love,
for this.
oh my gosh, I kind of wanted like one of those checkered flags, like, let's go and like just run for it. And I've got you over here in the chat. I'm going to post, it wouldn't let me do all four at once. Turns out there's a character count.
Oh,
And so I'm just going to post when you get to a project, y'all just check out that chat because I'm going to be putting the links down there too.
cool, cool. Special shout out to Cynthia down in Solana Beach, Southern California. I know she's tuning in right now. So, y'all, on the screen, of course, you're seeing Adobe Express for Education. This is the K-12 version for school districts. It is completely free for your school districts. But I do always point out, Martha, every time I talk about this, this is Adobe Express for Education. Now, if you don't see the for education part, you're in the general consumer Adobe Express, or you're in your different license through the Creative Cloud. So just noting this is the K-12 version. You can still create the projects. Martha's sharing templates. However, you can also create from scratch if you want to, or be inspired by these. But what I want to do, besides right here on this home page, this is the teach page. Of course, it's where you can find this activity to generate ready to use classroom activities, other starting points for educators. But I want to hover over that create tab and launch here, because Martha, this is that colorful page where all of those tiles act as starting points for people that are jumping into product. The ones that you're super familiar with, like generating images, creating posters, those animated characters, that podcast tile. Here's that brand new one that we're going to come back to at the end of the episode. But y'all, across the top, check this out. These are the creative wrap up guided activities that are brand new in product this May. Illustrating your yearbook persona, recording a reflection audiogram, designing a vibe check poster, and creating a personal story carousel. Martha, we're starting with vibe check poster, so let us jump in while I click a few buttons.
I love this so much. I really appreciate this, and I know you're going to go over it, but this is the first activity where I feel like we're really leaning into the text effects. So I'm so here for this one.
I love it. I love it. All right, so you just mentioned those text effects, and I absolutely love them. When we jump in on this, you know that this is a creative way that you or your students, anybody in your learning community who's creating, they can make that like vibe poster, right? A positive inspiration, a reminder of an end of the school year activity, or even if you're making this at the beginning of the school year, that's okay too. Martha, what do you feel about this? This is like where kids get to absolutely own their design, right?
Yeah, and honestly, what I like the most about this activity, and I have a feeling a lot of the teachers that are watching alongside of us probably feel this too, is students and us, we don't always want to write like full paragraphs. It's not always the lesson, right? Sometimes it's breaking it down into the simplest terms, the simplest way to share out what you know or how you're feeling about something. And that's what I like about this. This is like so down to the wire of like critical thinking of what I want to get across in the moment with the design. It wraps everything up that we've been doing with design skills for the past couple months too, which I think is a big one. So if you haven't checked out those previous guided activities on design skills, that's a good lead up to this, not necessary. But it reminds me of the 6-word stories, Anne.
Oh, I know, which is like this the quick bite size like sourcing. It can be all encompassing. It can be a quick, like just that oomph of students sharing, whether it's a literary response, a personal narrative, etc. I love this because it's a good starting point for students. And speaking of starting points, Martha, before we start creating on this one, I just want to share some of the ones I've created as visual inspiration. So, y'all, I'm a visual learner. I want to see an example. This is the example you get when you launch that guided activity. I love these pink plastic kind of balloons that are filled up, a gorgeous little cloudy sky behind it. But Martha, I started to play with this. Of course, I'm still riding a high from the Artemis mission and the human limit that was reached as those astronauts went beyond the dark side of the moon and around back to Earth. So I found this image in the Adobe stock library, and I loved that it said, it kind of matched the idea of what I heard in my head, push the limits, right? So that, Martha, this one is for you, and I have to sing it a little bit. Take a look, right? Like, this is my childhood wrapped up with reading inspiration. Thank you, LeVar Burton, a certain little show that brought reading and literacy to life for me. This one, I went back to a space vibe, I guess. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was in the first grade. So the moon effect that was generated in those pictures, looking up, y'all, I just had a fun time playing with these. A reminder saying, just breathe, like a calming moment or words of inspiration. And this one, full steam ahead, if you're feeling that caffeinated vibe. So, in the chat, we both have it open. I also want to say hey to our teammate Claudio Zavala Jr., celebrating Hannah's graduation this weekend. Congratulations from all of us to you. But, friends, in the chat, what's your vibe? Like, what phrase or what word would you put? These are just little visual inspirations before we get in. We're gonna push the limits, y'all. So here we go. We want you to be you. And Martha, let's kick it off. I'm seeing, oh yeah, I know Claudio's family. Hi to them. Okay, Tim Cosgrove, what are your ideas? Courtney, Stephanie, friends watching, what's your vibe? Martha, if you were to create an inspirational poster right now, what would you want to say?
I actually just shared mine with you.
Oh,
I was like kind of creating it on the side. You don't have to go to it, but you can if you want to.
okay,
But
we
this,
got one from Stephanie in the chat. I'd say we use that one.
let's do it. Dream big.
Okay.
And um, and I have a vision if you want to run with it.
Yeah, let's rock it.
Have you seen those videos that have been kind of viral lately about the clouds kind of forming into your vision? So like they had the letters pop up in the clouds. So it's just like a 10-second reel or TikTok, and it has the sky made me think of it. But it has the sky, and then it takes the clouds and it shapes it into whatever image or word that is like on your heart in the moment. And so
That's cool.
Stephanie made me think of that because she really brought her heart to life through the student ambassador project that she's been working on. And Dream Big just represents everything that she did this year.
I
So
love that. Now, I'm feeling kind of old and out of touch right now because I actually don't know what that trend is.
I'll just send it to you.
So I will rely on your visual descriptions as we build. But folks, again, remember this is what we call a guided activity. Not only does it set you up for success with the video instructions that you can play or pop out or leverage the captions for support if needed, there are text-based and visual supports that literally tell you in a few steps how to actually complete this activity. Martha, that's why I love guided activities so much. But y'all, if you've never clicked that edit instructions button, that is how you can edit these for your learning community to personalize and customize or even drag and drop if needed. So I love, love, love that you can add your own steps or edit. I'm going to go ahead and click done on that, Martha, because it's telling us start with the text. And we know that anytime you click on an element, you can click to edit, and then that edit option will open on the side in the panel. So since we're working with the generative text effects, that's what we see. And we have dream as our first word. I'm just going to update my copy, use those bounding boxes and kind of like resize and play with it. Maybe I want to rotate it a little bit for right now. Maybe I want to move some of these elements out of the way for just right now. Stephanie, keep talking to us in the chat. Keep sharing your vision for this. But Martha, we're going to simply edit this next text box that says dream big. So that's our starting point. And we have all these other things I can see in my layers panel. I can hide my layers. Martha, are you a layers or no layers kind of person?
I am a no layers until I need them. So I actually really love this because I think we have different working styles.
Yeah.
I actually, and I'm going to be a little vulnerable with it, feel very overwhelmed looking at this page at first. I'm seeing stuff in my project. I'm seeing the guided notes over here on the right-hand side. I'm seeing the layers. I'm seeing the edit box. I'm seeing the toolbar up at the top. So if you are feeling like me, it is okay to just minimize those layers, minimize the instructions, and kind of focus in. And I will tell you, you hit it on the nail, touching on let's get our text down first.
Yeah.
I'm the type that back when word art was a thing, I would have spent all hour in class just playing with the like different word art. So get the words down first, get your ideas down first, and then we can play.
Yeah. And I do like using the layers. So I just opened up that panel again. But folks, if you want to get back to the instructions, you simply click on that light bulb icon and it will bring up that guided activity panel, the video and the directions again. But this is something our team jokes about all the time. Like, do you want everything on the screen or do you not? And I do have a second monitor that I'm working on for this one. So I feel like I have extra space. But Martha, I'm so glad you said that because this visually is not as overwhelming. It helps you dial in on what you're going to design. But I am going to keep the layers panel open, especially if we begin to change some things. Like right now, let's keep editing that font. So folks, you do not see the font editing panel right now, but you do see that edit button. When you click on that, that will bring this up again. And Martha, one of the things I like to do, push all the buttons, right? Those four little words. But folks, I always come over here to the inspiration and I click on all of these text effects and I start scrolling through and I'm like, okay, balloon, diamond glitter, gold drip, shiny marble, cactus, which is one of my favorites, by the way, woven basket, 3D rainbow paint, chalkboard. There are so many presets to choose from. But what's really cool is you can also personalize it and create your own simply by telling us what you want it to look like. And this says pink 3D rendered plastic smooth balloons. But Martha, you have a vision of like wispy clouds or something like maybe ethereal. Do you want to come up with the prompt? What are you thinking for what we could put?
I would love to hear if Stephanie has a vision. So she does. I'd love to hear that first because it is yours and I don't want to overtake your dream big vibes.
Okay, while we give her a moment to respond in the chat, I'm going to start with fluffy white clouds.
I think that's a great place to start. And so fluffy white clouds is the way to go. I did see I saw some dragon scale over in the inspirations and it just, I want to like go full dragon a little bit. Oh, how cute. That's exactly what I pictured.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, she goes, we have the same vision, Martha. So, I love it. Now, notice a bunch begin to populate. So this one to me looks like really puffy, tight clouds. I'm spacing on if they're cumulonimbus or cirrus clouds right now. Sorry for my lack of scientific clarity. To me, these look like cotton balls. So I'm going to select a different one. And if I want to, generate more, and you can begin to kind of see the slight nuances that will take place. You still see the other text box that has the plastic balloon because it is a separate text box and we need to go and change that too. So Martha, I love the ones that kind of have a little bit of the blue sky in it as well, because maybe when we change the background, we can kind of play off of the coloring a bit.
Mhm.
I'm going to give that a moment to sort of render. I need to come into this one. Actually, let me just copy and paste fluffy white clouds. I know I can simply type it again if I want, but I love a shortcut. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste and update this text box. Um, are you feeling pumped? This is like a great, look at how cool, folks. Look at when you like zoom in on how gorgeous those text effects are.
I have some design pieces here. I love that it's already popping and it has that 3D layered effect to it without us having to go and do some type of shadow effect in the
Yeah,
back. It
yeah.
keeps it a lot easier. For those of you that may have, this is just a little tip and trick. If you have kids that absolutely want the exact same look, I would duplicate.
I was
So,
gonna say the same thing. Say, keep going, describe, and I'll demo it.
no, I was just going to say, you're going to have those kids, you're going to have kids who are like, I want it exactly like this. So I would delete the big that was already there. And then you can either, if you shortcut on your keyboard, for me, it's Command C, Command V, but also you have a cool toolbar up at the top that Anne was kind of playing with earlier, where it has edit, the bold, all that. You can also just click the duplicate
I
right
love
under
it.
style. Yep.
Yep. Three
You can,
dots. Push all the buttons.
it's going to be great. I love
Now
this.
those have the same like visual aesthetic. It matches a lot better. So Martha, like I was gonna say too, even folks, you if you go in and you continue to play with it, your text box just expands and keeps that same effect. But duplicating is definitely like the hack that I would do.
I love that. Oh, that's so
Okay,
cute.
so folks, we have three other activities we want to get to. So I'm going to kind of speed up this next section. In this example, there is this pretty cloudy sky that you notice. Some of the things that are in play right here too, you have adjustments you can make to the color, to the details. You could blur things or sharpen it, change the saturation and the warmth. So notice how I even play with the blue on blue, Martha, and kind of begin to change that. When you're playing with any of these adjustments, it's just fine tuning those if you want through that adjust button. But my other favorite button, Martha, right up here is this replace button, because that is how I go in and how I quickly get to design assets, background videos, or all of that Adobe stock content. So what do you think? And Stephanie, do you want to keep a cloudy sky? Do you want like a beautiful pasture and flowers? Like, what do you want for the background? We're definitely looking out for your inspiration, but Martha, what's your vibe? What would you put?
I would change it. If you're printing it off, I would keep it a photo, but I might, if I were still a media specialist, still a school librarian, and I wanted to do this with my yearbook kids or my student news kids, I might curate some feedback from kids at the end of the year and turn it into a video background.
Oh, cool.
So just, if you don't want to do a photo, you could also do a video.
So
Um,
let's try that. So I have duplicated the page. I love doing that also to keep that original design. I should have done it off of the very first page, but just click those three dots and duplicate, and then you can continue to iterate in new ways. So here we go. Stephanie, if you're still out there, let us know what you're thinking. Martha, let's go over to that video. And what kind of video do you want to add?
let's do a beach sky.
Oh, did you say beach sky?
sky.
A beach sky. I love that. So, oh, gorgeous. Sunset or daybreak or anything.
The one right under the starry sky because we've got the clouds. So that, yes, perfect.
Okay, now I have that. I think I played with the color a little bit on it. So, we're gonna remember I duplicated and then I had played from. So this has a little bit of a different color gradient on it, which I think is fine. But look at that, folks. I'm going to minimize this timeline too and just kind of zoom in a little bit because as it plays, the calming effect. Stephanie says the beach is her favorite place. So I love that y'all are on the same like wavelength right now.
Ah, Punny Friday. We're on the
I
same.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So many possibilities for ways that you can begin to play. You can go in and use any of those text editors. You can animate things. We could kind of have the words have a little bit of a wispiness to them if we wanted to add any of these animations. But Martha, this was a fun, quick example. I definitely think I like the clouds up in the top part of it. And I might go for a whiter cloud um, to see if that like the effect is a little bit like it pops more as a cloud with that whiter since I have the color gradient changed on the video. Okay, final thoughts in the chat. Love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie says. So that, y'all, is a
Woo.
vibe check poster. And we're going to go on to the next one because Martha, there are so many possibilities. These vibe check posters. Pick your font, pick your energy for the font, the style, whatever you want it to say, from playful or peaceful or whatever. Add your elements, change the background, drag it around, scale it, done. Your whole poster is a vibe now, right?
Oh, I love it. And y'all, if you do make it into a video, you can still download as an image or a PDF to print off. So even if it does become a video, we can still download the way you want to.
Now, I already have my activity titled, so folks don't forget to give your project a title. Have your students in the habit of giving your activity a title. If you want to, of course, choose how to download it, etc. You have all of your download and share options. Educators, don't forget you can assign this type of content using Adobe Express for Education classrooms. But Martha, I want to go to the next activity because it's already half past the hour.
I love y'all. Give Ann a shout out in that chat because she keeps trying to redirect me to like prompt for this next section. It's so cute. She's like, wink, wink, let's go. So this next one, y'all, is like it's unhinged in the cutest way possible. And I have an 11-year-old at home, a 16-year-old. I've taught all grade levels, and I cannot imagine anybody walking into this activity and not loving it. I
Okay.
know this is going to hit every single one.
I love your description of it. It is the coolest kind of like way to bring somebody's identity or persona to life. And that is this illustrate your yearbook persona one. So, Martha, like off of the top of your head, like what's your vibe? What would yours be? This
Oh,
is Max Matcha from the class of 2026. But some of these little like personalized statements. I can never remember the word. What is this word I'm thinking of? Say it again.
superlative.
Superlative, y'all. It's not locked in my brain. Martha, like what would your vibe be for this?
I want a pink drink, like a pink refresher, something that's bringing me some joy and some energy on this Friday at the end of teacher appreciation week. That would be it. Yep.
Oh my God. Okay. So again, the same thing, folks. When you click into this one, not only do you have the entire like template ready for you to use, you have that video. Martha, I love that these are bite sized. This is a minute, 16 seconds to set everybody up for success. So you can play it, mute it, let it play, watch it, listen to it, caption it, full screen, pop out, or use those vibes. Again, the direction always seems to start with like the big like hero part of the page, which is this image right here. So updating the image, updating the text, customizing the background font, etc. Duplicate the page to create more versions of your design and then share it and celebrate it. So those are the steps. But just like last time, I'm going to go ahead and minimize that to give us some more canvas space. And I like to see the layers. This one has a lot of layers, and folks, think of it like your favorite sandwich. Everything you're creating in Express, it just stacks one on top of the other. So like the little stars or the little crossovers, the lines where the text is red, etc. Martha, we're going to dig into this one. But again, I want to share a few visuals to give everybody a vibe first, right?
I haven't seen. Oh my God.
Artsy Emery to start. This is inspired by my 8-year-old niece, Emery, who is the most creative kid I know. And listen, she's known for crafting all the things. She's most likely to hide art supplies in her pockets. And a quote she lives by is, "Can I have a sweet treat?" So that's why it's a strawberry milkshake. Rocking the high tops, the purple shorts, a pink jean jacket, and just a super fun vibe. Now, mine would be Annie, I can do it. So I'm known for pushing all the buttons, giving everyone a hug or high five, and a quote I live by, "We're better together." Another quote, "Push all the buttons." Another quote, "Play to learn." But Martha, my superlative in high school was most humorous, and my superlative in junior high was most likely to explode. So I think that's the like first grade teacher vibe I bring. And then I made Brad the boba buddy. Brad is known for cracking all the jokes and scoring the winning goal and living by the quote, "Let's go!" And of course, the little boba pearls in this drink make me so happy.
Oh, it's a smile for me. It
Right?
captures well.
So, shout out to our dynamic content team who brings these guided activities to life. I used the remove background and I just made my little boba friend and I put like a stairway sitting on it. And then you know what I did right there in the middle? I added an animated character mouth. So your character can talk and
Hey everybody, my name's
hey everybody,
Annie.
right? So all the creative ways that you can bring these to life. But let's jump in. Let's go. Let's remix. Friends in the chat, give us some chat inspiration. We need to come up with another yearbook persona for a yet to be determined friend. So
I want Timothy to give us an idea, or Courtney, if she's around. We would love to hear
Yep.
anything that you would love to give us.
So some of the things while we're waiting for the chat, I'm going to go ahead and delete just a few of the elements because I like to have kind of like a clear starting point. But the ones that I really do like are these stars right here. So I'm just duplicating them and kind of like playing with the size, rotating them a little bit. This is a good sticker overlay too. I'm going to duplicate that one and maybe bring it like down, shrink the size. And Martha, I love that you can click on effects and get like all those Photoshop filters and begin to play with like the vibrancy, the classic filters, or play with the tones. So this, I don't know what vibe or what color we're going with yet. So I might just kind of start to choose a few and then we can keep playing with it. Okay, Stephanie says unicorn. Stu, hey, shout out to our teammate Stu, who is not only a dynamic teammate, but helps bring all of this content to life. So we see you in the chat, friend. Courtney says a party planner. So we have a unicorn party planner. I think, Martha, is what we need to roll with.
I'm feeling like that's a really cute vibe.
Okay, we need name inspiration. We need those known for, most likely to, quotes to live by. But let's start crafting a prompt for this. So, friends, again, the directions tell us click on that generate activity. Notice right here, this is where you would click to regenerate your image. There's a pretty dynamic prompt in there that says 3D cartoon character with a matcha latte cup with a straw is the whole body. That's how we get the entire cup of the drink as the body, not just a head. Face drawn directly on the cup, big eyes, small smile, tiny arms and legs, boop, boop, attached to the matcha latte cup, wearing a leather jacket and jeans, sunglasses, sitting on a stool, light green background, no humans. That's quite a prompt. And we can keep that as like our source inspiration and change what's in the parentheses. That's how I would scaffold it for my students. But let's start seeing what our friends are saying in the chat.
If we're
3D
going
cartoon character. Okay, Martha, lead us off.
if we're going with a party planner,
Yep.
I think of just the most caffeine available. And so I'm thinking like Cali the cold brew or something
Ooh. Okay. So
like cold brew and see what it pops up with.
I love it.
See if cold brew doesn't pop up for us, coffee might work, you
All
know.
right. So here
I,
we go. I'm gonna come with a matcha latte. So I'm gonna come up with I'm just gonna keep it iced coffee.
yeah, iced coffee is probably going to be
Okay.
easier.
It's the whole body with a straw. And you know what I love? I love a striped straw. So I'm gonna say a red and yellow straw.
I love it.
Not just a head, the face is drawn on the iced coffee cup. So I'm just going to update that. Big eyes, small smile, tiny. You know what I do often, Martha? I type in the word happy. Big happy eyes. Like I usually have that word. Tiny arms and legs attached to the iced coffee cup. Now listen. Um, I had to track in my brain where I was. Iced coffee cup. I'm going to say um arms up, holding a notebook and a fluffy unicorn pen. I don't know, right? And we'll see what happens. Attached to the iced coffee cup, wearing a leather. Courtney Watson, if you're out there, what do we want? A leather jacket and jeans? Or do we need like a red jean jacket or a yellow jean jacket? I know her profile picture has a happy, like really bright, sunny yellow background. So I'm
Can
going to
we
say a
do
yellow jacket.
yeah, a glitter yellow jacket.
Oh, glitter yellow, a glitter yellow jacket and blue
Glitter.
jeans, right? And sunglasses, sitting on a stool. She says denim. Okay, so let's make it to a glitter yellow. I'm gonna say denim jacket and see what happens, right? Do 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 do. Where am I in here? Glitter yellow denim jacket. Sitting on a stool. Do we want it to be? I'm gonna say standing.
I
Standing
love it.
up. Light green background. Let's go light yellow background and play off this the dark like cold brew coffee on some monochromatic vibes. No humans. Wow, that's a prompt. I'm clicking generate because I want to get to the third and fourth activity still.
I'm just excited to see what pops up because our girl would never be sitting if she's a party planner. Yes, I'm
Okay,
loving.
so I already know what I would do to update my prompt, but I actually don't want to because I love that it's just like in that coffee cup. I would want to say like plastic coffee cup. That way you could like maybe see some ice cubes or water droplets or something. But this one right here, it's missing the notebook, but it has its pen. Y'all, this is so cute.
That one's cute.
I love this one.
That one, the happy eyes. I haven't used those before, and now I want to go use happy eyes for everything.
It's usually big happy eyes, kind of like that Kewpie style, that I'm obsessed with. But I love that, and the unicorn pen is actually unicorn inspo for the top of the coffee. But like, oh, look at the little, it's starting to make the unicorn a striped pen. All of these are just adorable. For the sake of time, I'm gonna keep this one right now. I do love the yellow on yellow a little bit, Martha, but I might play with the background color and begin to like change that background with a different tone. Kind of have like a big contrast in some way to make it pop a little bit more. I think I like this pinky.
So a
Um,
couple tips and tricks, because I do know that we're a little shorter on the time. If you are also like Anne and me, where we run over our lesson a little bit, the cool thing about this is your projects save in real time to your projects in Adobe Express. You can come back to them tomorrow. You can come back to it on your iPad, your tablet, whatever you're using at home. You can access it later. So we don't have to finish it right now, and we can finish it.
Boom. Okay, I just started with the turn the volume up. That's what Callie the cold brew is starting to do. And perfect. So literally give it a title. It automatically saves for you, friends. Martha, pro tip. Because as we think about going into the next one, friends, this just took all of my like anxiety away of like, I have to finish it. No, I don't. I can come right back to it. So let me just give it a title. Callie, the cold brew. Boom, automatically saves. I click that rainbow A. Martha, we know that's how we get back to the home screen. So this one right here is where we're going next. This is creating a personal story carousel. This one is multiple pages, and there's a little bit more of a storytelling element possibility here. So, Martha, why don't you talk us through this one first as a big overarching vibe? Because instead of creating one, we're just going to use yours that you shared with me as an example.
Oh, thanks for that, Anne. Yeah, okay. If you are with middle school or high school, you all know that the moment you saw it pop up on the homepage, you knew this was going to be it for your kids because this looks exactly like the scrapbooking feel that we all have at the end of the year that we want. So, whether your students were on yearbook or not, they still get to create like a mini yearbook.
Yeah.
So for me, I was thinking back and reflecting on like the past 15 years as an educator, like this weight and this joy of just having the experience to touch students' lives in a way that made a difference. Other educators that have impacted me. It's just a really nice way for me to kind of play with the carousel and kind of reflect back. But y'all, this is the perfect, I think, this is the perfect guided activity for any end of unit, end of semester, end of year. And then, Anne, you know what's really cool that the product team and content have worked on?
Right.
And it's dropping at the end of this month. You can put all of your activities you've done at the end of the year into a gallery. So I could potentially curate all the activities I've done as a student or as an educator. So I can reflect here and put it in a place where like everyone can see it.
So good. So good. All right, Martha, before I share yours, I just want to click through these one more time. And I love this, the way that you've helped me think about these through the example you put out on your socials. The first slide, it kind of like hooks you. The middle slide makes you feel something. The last slide leaves you with that something to carry. I love these prompts. This was my year. I didn't expect this, and I love this one because you know I love student voice. I actually spoke up and I'm starting to believe in myself more. But you have a really beautiful example, and I'm kind of like zoom in a little bit on this so we can see yours. Because look at like Martha's pictures that she added from years gone by in her actual librarian like setting, in her natural setting. Oh my God, I love these.
I am such a dork, but I thought of the film, like being a little more intentional with it, where that first picture was like me, first year teacher, and then down at the bottom. So these were just moments of joy, moments of where students taught me just as much as I was teaching them. And so I just thought that was really important to talk about. And then this one, I
Okay,
was
also, you went real like here with on the digital screen and even used that as an extra space. I love that.
And I just think just the way that you're seeing my personality come out here, and I didn't even adapt it all that much. And I know that our students are going to take something like this and adapt it to make it their own. Notice how I changed the text to fit my
Oh yeah.
style. And
Yep.
then at the end, I really talked about I find myself like I may not be in a classroom anymore, but I do feel like educator adjacent, right? And
Yeah.
so I went through some of my old notes from students. I brought out my box. We all have the box. We all had that box, right? And I used remove background and to kind of layer in.
I know.
It's so funny too, because you can see how old I've gotten. Because some of this is like old school handwritten notes, and then some of these have been like Facebook messages or like emails, which we did not have 15 years ago, really. So,
This
no,
is so
good.
good.
So,
But
thank you.
literally, Martha, like so many possibilities from this. And some of the ideas you shared with me when we were talking about this, like the beginning of the year compared to the end of the year, like that documenting something over time, overcoming a challenge or an epic win from
Yes.
the school year, right? Looking back, looking ahead, so many different possibilities with these. Y'all in the chat, if you have an idea of how you would use this story carousel, let us know. Like we would love to amplify your ideas. Martha, thank you for making this one available for all of us. And no doubt reflecting on these messages gave you and your heart a boost. But like seeing the pictures and taking that trip down memory lane from, a teaching career, a career in your library, from your year of learning with students, y'all, there are so many possibilities. So,
Hey, Anne, thank you. And I want to give my favorite tip and trick that I would love to see out in the wild eventually for that one. It's such a cool opportunity to bring in that record feature that we have in product. So I know our guided activities and our content team has done such a good job of making this a low lift for many of us. But if you ever go to the add content media, you can self-record. So students could potentially create videos of reflections as well, not just, oh, so cute. I love it.
I think I found your Easter egg that you shared. She's been making this while we've been live streaming. Martha, this is the sweetest.
Thanks, and hey, click that number one, that first page,
Hey,
and then
y'all, you ready?
yeah,
Fun.
I was just playing around with animations, but
Yep.
I thought about the
Fun.
balloons as they go up,
Way
and then
fun.
the cloud you could have kind of fizz in and fizz out too. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have early finishers. This is a
Yep.
good kind of tip and trick to use for the
Very
early.
cool. Very cool. Oh my gosh, Martha, I love that. So y'all don't forget, click add content, scroll over to media in your video option. You have music, you have sound effects, etc., but definitely those animated characters or recording yourself and adding your own voice into it is a beautiful thing. Martha, there is one more, and we intentionally are not going to go very deep into it because on May 22nd, Wesy and I are doing another Adobe Live specifically on this one, recording reflection audiograms. Martha, this one is so cool because we see people sharing these audiograms and sound bites and like the bite-sized message or moment. This one is so cool because you can see all of the things are set up to look like a social media post. This is where you can record that reflection and turn it into your audio-based story to capture a meaningful moment, a memory, a lesson, an epic win, something that made your heart happy. So we're going to walk through this one in a deeper dive on May 22, but we just wanted to show it to you as just like a quick tease of like, this is one of the four. This is fantastically dynamic. Please be aware of it. But Martha, before we wrap up in about 5 minutes, I want to pivot our ending, and we have to. Like, we have to talk about this because it's brand new in product as of like yesterday and this week.
Okay. Y'all, I love this because, okay, just some storytelling time for the educators as you click on it, Anne.
Yep.
This little tile here represents an entire feature that has taken educator voices into product. And that is when people ask why I love working alongside Adobe for so many years and then officially working for them, it's because of that. It
Yeah.
takes student and educator voice into product and just keeps making it better for ways that will alleviate time for me, make it pedagogically sound, and make it fun and engaging. And this is like the epitome of that. And it's create a comic. It's
Yeah.
create a comic, which is perfect. I love this one.
So it's using some information. I just want to scroll real fast and show not only it gives a quick visual of what it could look like, creating, editing, and sharing it, but you have the ability to create a comic that's open-ended, tells a problem solution story, explain the process, using language suited for all, upper elementary, middle, high school, etc. So I love that you could personalize this based on your content or your curricular area or even your student population. Then, of course, your brain power brings the prompt to life and you enter those the details. Here's a few to give you like a source of inspiration. The school turns into a jungle. A dragon runs the school cafe. My notebook starts writing back. Some themes you can play with and sort of see how the visual aesthetic changes. I love from like a claymation to cartoon to a dark and moody kind of thing. Even that retro vibe, right? The manga, classic, graphic, and 3D. This is cool too. You have characters you can choose from. You can view more, surprise me, or even upload yourself or add a character, right? So making your own kind of like character description. Martha, as we have only a few more minutes, I say we wrap with one and demo it live, but I'm feeling just like an open-ended comic with language suitable for all that explores like gratitude and celebration for a year of hard work. So, right? A school celebration where folks are happy and high-fiving. Is that right?
I would
Fiving?
say and celebrating.
Okay, and celebrating. Thank you. A school celebration where folks are happy and celebrating. Oh my gosh, I can't type and talk at the same time.
A
Um,
year,
achievement, hard work, success, and a job well done. Right?
I love it. I love it. And let's do, I like the 3D because I feel like that's going to be happy and joyful.
All right. And you know what? I love all these little characters, but Leonard is a classic. So maybe Leonard is the vibe, Ricky is the vibe, Maya is the vibe, Toll, I don't know. I'm gonna go, oh, I'll go with Jackson. Why not? Right? So here we go. I'm gonna generate a comic and friends from, oh my gosh, right? The Pursuit and Collapse. Oh, look at all these. These come back to different ideas. Check out some of the sample comic strips while ours generates. So not only is there inspiration that pops up to help us get ideas, ours is being generated. And look at all of these that are really cool, like ideas and inspiration.
So, and I do want to just say, because I know people will have questions,
Yeah.
this is just for teachers, just for educators right now. They
Yep.
are working on an option for students. So if you think students would love to use this feature as well, let us know. Drop it in the chat. Let us know on, the socials using hashtag Adobe EDU Creative. We love to pass on feedback on to all of our teams. But just know that this is just for teachers right now.
Good call out. And so ours is generating. You can see the scroll bar at the top. It's almost ready to come to life. Here it is. Oh my gosh. So what's really cool is this is where you get to edit the text that appears in your finished comic strip speech bubbles, regenerate the image in each panel. So you notice the scenes are set up, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, 4, and 5. And let's just do a quick review. School celebrations bring everyone together to recognize hard work, teamwork, and important achievement. I'm going to feel like this vibe is probably landing exactly what I want it to. Celebrating together shows teamwork, effort, and supporting friends is an important part of learning and growing. Here we go. Let's generate this because it ends with a massive celebration. Again, as this is being generated into a finished product, friends, you have the ability to customize what you want your character to say in the scene. It's going through each scene, it's pulling it all together. And Martha, this is an epic wrap up for a creative wrap up. Not only did we talk about those 4 brand new activities, but we're sharing this brand new create a comic feature inside as well. So I cannot wait to see what this finishes up like. Okay, we're so close. We're so close.
Y'all, today we did the vibe check poster. We talked about capturing our feelings. We did the yearbook persona where we captured identity. We did the personal story carousel where you captured your year and memories, and a sneak peek at what Ann and Wesley are going to cover with the audiogram capturing a voice. And then we get to bring it all home with this new comic creator. And this turned out so cute.
Look at how it is. And friends, again, you can go back to edit, download it, create a link to share. But as Martha mentioned, right now, this experience is for teachers. You will find it under your Create tab inside Adobe Express for Education. Martha, when we celebrate our achievements and efforts together, we create happy memories and a stronger school community. So kudos, well done to all of you. We wish you a wonderful creative wrap up. Tag us on social at Adobe EDU Creative. We want to see what y'all are making, and we want y'all to keep coming back to the Adobe Live community here on YouTube to keep your learning going. So, Martha, that was a blast. Take it on home.
No, I appreciate all of you for being with us on a Friday. For me, it's a Friday afternoon in Georgia, so thank you so much. Remember to celebrate the small wins and the big wins, y'all. That's really what today was all about, was celebrating all the different parts of our lives together. And if you know a teacher in your life, just give them a pat on the back and say thank you for all the love and dedication they pour into students and each other every day. And thank you for pouring into this community, Anne, and for those that were able to join us live or after. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, weekend, wherever life is taking you. Stay connected with us. We'd love to stay connected with you. So, Anne, I hope you have a good weekend too.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to all the people out there.
Oh, so much love.